Yes. Oh, hi, it's me. I'm in Italy, and I'm going to drive this car right here. The Aston Martin DB11, the latest to wear the initials of David Brown, the tractor mogul that saved this company after World War II. Isn't it lovely? So this is beautiful Italy, Tuscany, but let's get started. Let's go. So the first thing about the DB11 is the brand new engine, the 5.2 liter twin turbocharged V12, replacing the previous naturally aspirated V12. Turbocharging is a little bit scary to think about because you don't want to lose that throttle response and the V12 noise that you had in the previous car. But listen to that. No, you don't lose the noise. You just want to do this all day long. Of course, you can't talk about the engine without talking about how it has to do a bunch of different things, because these days, even if you have a high performance engine, it has to have efficiency also. So what this 12-cylinder does is you can turn off a whole bank of cylinders at once. So it ends up, if you're in cruising mode, you save fuel, you're using 6 cylinders. But because they don't want the catalytic converters to cool, because that would be bad too for efficiency, it alternates every so often between the banks so that you always have a hot cat at some point, so that it's always at its operating efficiency level. It's clever, and that's the point with the new Aston Martins. They're really clever. They've changed normal mode to GT mode, which is the most sedate, easy driving mode. Let's pop it up to sport. What's cool is they've put the controls for that on the steering wheel now. You don't have to go fumbling around down here. Sport mode is a little bit more aggro. Throttle map is a little bit different. Shocks are a little bit stiffer, but oh, you get that beautiful pull. So well composed on the road now. You know, not that it ever wasn't before, but it just feels like a much more refined car. It's taken that big leap that we've been waiting for Aston Martin to take for so long. One of the greatest acquisitions that Aston Martin's been able to do in the past is having Matt Becker from Lotus on board now. I mean, this guy is probably one of the finest chassis tuners in the world, and he's just absolutely done a fantastic job with the chassis dynamics of this car. New set of Bilstein shocks, 3 damper settings, and not a single one feels like it's going to rattle your spine apart. Even in the top stiffest setting, it feels great. One of the most significant differences with this over the DB9 is that Aston Martin's come up with an entirely new aluminum platform. It's got the same bonded system that they used before, but instead of extrusions, they use more stamped aluminum. That gives them a little bit more flexibility to increase headroom, increase legroom. If you're an aerodynamics nerd, you have to check out the situation in the back, because rather than put on the traditional wing to create downforce and stability, they created 2 air channels that go past the C-pillars, and the air collects in the back, flows over the little lip in the back. You don't have to add a lot of material back there. And also, at really high speeds, you get the little gurney flap that pops up. So it's an amazing combination of class and aerodynamic efficiency. It's really, really cool. The finishings inside an Aston Martin are top-notch. They still are after all these years. They have these really cool brogue stitching patterns now, just like a cool pair of brogue shoes. Obviously, leather work in here is second to none. Strange to think that Aston Martin, as an independent company, is thriving in 2016, because that's a really difficult thing to do, is be independent. When you're independent, you need friends. And Mercedes-Benz has supplied some of the very important bits that makes this car such a leap from the DB9, and that is the electronics, like the TFT screens, this 12-inch in front of me, and 8-inch infotainment screen, which are basically Mercedes-Benz gear but adapted by Aston Martin to do the things that it wants to do. You could really see what the company's been doing the past couple of years to bring it up to the level of technology that other competitors have. A much, much higher level of technology, and also you have not lost that Aston Martin feeling that you had before. It's fantastic. Good for you guys. You know what else I like about these guys? Yeah! Oh, yes. Yes, indeed.